people don't know this about George Lopez's career. 20 years after you started at the Comedy Store, Sandra Bullock discovered, quote unquote, you.
Yes.
And executive produced the George Lopez show that was on ABC for 6 seasons.
Yes.
And she is the one who went out and said, let me, in a way, it's kind of weird. She was like, I'm going to go find a Latino performer who I think is happening, right? Was that the story?
Was that it?
She had an idea that had more teenagers as the central figures. And then when she saw my act, she said, I think I'd like to try to see what you have in there.
What'd she do? She came down to a comedy?
Yeah, she came to the Improv in Brea, which is like an hour and a half outside of Los Angeles.
So she was really active.
She was Miss Congeniality at that time.
The night that you met her and she came down to see you, were you aware she was in the audience?
Yes, I was.
You were. And did you know what she was looking for?
No.
You thought she was there for a night of entertainment to come see George Lopez.
Yeah, and she lives in Austin, so like a year before, she went to see Chappelle one weekend, and I was there the next weekend.
Right.
And she was going to come in, but at that time I was drinking a lot and very sloppy on stage, not as defined. And I literally prayed to God, please don't let her come in here and see me like this.
So you were high for that?
I was a little drunk, not as legit as you would like to be, because when you're doing clubs, it's just such a fucking grind that you're just trying to get through the time at some point.
It's because you do the same thing every night?
She saw me at the right time of my life. Like I cleaned up a little bit and did that.
Yeah, and then what does she do? She calls you up and says, listen, I have an idea for you to do a sitcom?
We met and then started to go over the people in my life, and my grandmother was one, and the wife and the kids and stuff. So yeah.
Wow. And Sandra Bullock, do you begin to think oh my God, this is my savior? I mean, she really, really believed in you.
You know what? She really didn't take no for an answer. And it's and
why?
You were trying to get out of it?
No, but
the network didn't want you.
Yeah.
When you first go into your first sitcom and you've been doing stand-up your whole life, and I assume you hadn't had much acting training and stuff. No. Are you nervous about doing a sitcom? Because it's very different than
Well, the funny thing is, we had finished the script right before 2002. And we started to rehearse actors, but real actors.
Yeah.
So the guy that plays my best friend, Valente, he came in right before Christmas break, and he was an actor. So I'm reading with him, and I'm fucking horrible. I'm like a dude from a fucking, what's going on? Hey. And awful, fucking horrible. And the two guys look at me like... they just look at me and say, "Oh shit!" Like they see that I can't act.
Who are the two guys? I mean, the guys from the network.
Bruce Helford, my guys. Helford did. Drew Carey worked on Roseanne, and then Robert Borden worked with him. And then I ended up getting a coach over the Christmas break, and I had her the whole run of the show.
Right, because you have to all of a sudden learn a whole new skill set. Here you are going on network television, and people expect, he was a stand-up comic. He should have no problem acting.
Fuck, man.
You were that bad, huh?
Pretty bad.
And what do they do?
And English is my official fucking language, and I was still fucking horrible at it.
Hi, everybody. How are you guys doing?
The look on their faces. The look on their faces is like, we gave this fucking guy a show.